Field and Curiel are at second and first, respectively.
Well, that's a good example of what makes Curiel so advanced for a freshman. You see how still he is at home plate. It's not a big high leg kick, not a whole lot of movement. He's going to hit it where it's pitched. If you pitch him away, he's going to hit bullets to the opposite side. You try to bring it on the inside part of the plate, and the bat is quick enough to turn on it and hit it to right field. But he is very advanced for a true freshman.
So the first two Tigers have base hits, and here is Jared Jones. He has a sacrifice fly, and he popped up to second base last time. He takes a big overhand curveball for a strike. Out of Marietta, Georgia. He hit just over 300 last year. 28 whoppers. And he's one of the most feared hitters in terms of power in the SEC.
Yeah, most people felt like Jared Jones, who was a draftable sophomore last year, would not make it back to campus. But he had a bigger number, and apparently the pro scouts and organizations weren't going to give him the number he wanted, so he comes back for his junior season at LSU. And Jay Johnson was super excited about that.
Why would you not be? Field and Curiel are at second and first, respectively.
Well, that's a good example of what makes Curiel so advanced.
Two balls and a strike.
You see how still he is at home plate. It's not a big high leg kick, not a whole lot of movement. He's going to hit it where it's pitched. If you pitch him away, he's going to hit bullets to the opposite side. You try to bring it on the inside part of the plate, and the bat is quick enough to turn on it and hit it to right field. You don't want to poke the bear here. But he is very... No, you get the feeling Jared Jones will see a lot of all-speed pitches this year. There was a lot of swing and miss his freshman year. He got a lot better last year, and he's looking to take a step forward this year.
That pitch is lifted into foul ground. Sailors, the catcher, backpedaling and lunges and makes the catch. That was not an easy play. You've heard it 1,000 times before, but the ball will curl back toward the infield on a backspin foul ball behind the plate. And Sailors was able to lunge and get it right here. He realizes, uh-oh, but he's able to follow it into his glove and make the catch.
That was a nice play. Easier play for the first baseman coming in to make that play, but the first baseman, Michaels, couldn't get there. So Sailors, the catcher, collects the first out of the inning.
Here's Pearson. He's walked twice and scored twice. The runners move up on that ball in the dirt. Very quick release from second base, especially by Stanfield. Obviously, Curiel had to look ahead to see what his teammate was doing.
Well, that's what we call a dirt ball read right there. And when you're on the bases, that's what you're watching. You're watching the ball come out of the pitcher's hand. And if it looks like it's going to bounce, there's no hesitation. You try to advance the next base. And well done by both Curiel and Stanfield. Right there, you can see the ball down. You see Stanfield, no hesitation at all. And what he's betting there is the catcher's not going to be able to collect the ball off the dirt and then make a dart throw down to third base and get him.
So that'll be a wild pitch. And a ground ball to the first baseman will result in another run. Stanfield scores. Pearson gets his first RBI of the season on a 3 unassisted putout by Michaels. And that's the second out of the inning as Stanfield scores for the second time as an LSU Tiger. Curiel moves up 90 feet to third base. And now Dickinson, the man of the hour, with a pair of 2-run doubles, comes to the plate. Owen Willard is warming up in the bullpen for the Mastodons. He's a right-hander. Fisher probably will be allowed to try to get out of this inning. And Ben, I think we've probably seen the end of Dylan Fisher after 4 innings of work, if indeed he gets past the 4th.
And I'm going to tell you, he has not thrown the ball as bad as what 8 runs show. If a couple plays are made in the outfield,
no
matter
doubt.
of fact, you go back to the first inning, if the center fielder catches the ball, he didn't give a run in the first inning.
That's true. The outfield early had a great deal of difficulty for the Mastodons. Caspary had 2 balls in his glove. They both dropped away. Dickinson from Richland, Washington. This is one of the most highly regarded infielders in the country, a junior. The pitch Skips away, no advance. Opening day 2025. We hope you're enjoying it on the SEC ESPN network. More tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning, and then Sunday at 1. That's a upper level strike. And another one. Fisher probably working his last inning, trying to get rid of Dickinson.
Yeah, approaching 60 pitches now.
The 3-2 pitch. Fouled away. Dickinson is ranked number 3 on the 2025 D1Baseball.com list of the top 50 second basemen in the nation, and rated number 34 on the 2025 Perfect Game Baseball Top 100 Juniors list. Pretty good company.
Yeah.
That time he strikes out. He took 2 pitches for strikes and then couldn't find it on the full count delivery. But the Tigers add to their lead. Stanfield got a base hit. He scored. And it's 8-0. LSU, going to the 5th, is shutting out Purdue Fort Wayne.
We love our new home. There's so much space.
We have a guest room now.
But we have ants.
You're slouching again, Ted.
Expired. Expired. Expired.
Thanks, Aunt Bonnie.
It's a lot of house. I hope you can keep it clean.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Which helps us save a lot of money.
Oh, Teddy, did you get my friend request?
I'll have to check.
Aunt Joni's here.
For bundling made easy, get more with Geico.
Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off.
Get 0% APR for 60 months on 2024 GMC EV models. That's up to $17,200 in average finance savings.
It's opening day. The excitement of the new college baseball season in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Beautiful Baton Rouge hosting the LSU Tigers and the Mastodons. And we are in the middle of it. This place is nearly full, despite the threat of some inclement weather. It's a little airish. But once again, it's the sensation of day one. 55 regular season games to follow. Cade Anderson has racked up 8 strikeouts so far. He has not walked a batter. To me, that's the most impressive statistic.
Yeah, and look, they said the command was much improved this year, and so far he has shown it. He showed it in fall ball, he showed it here in early spring, and so far today he has been spot on. They've been able to spot the fastball both in and out, and that's been the difference maker. That little slider of his. That's the new pitch this year. There it is again. Feels like he can pretty much land it anytime he wants to. And he still has the big overhand curveball to go with it, but he has really worked in and out, up and down, and used both of his breaking balls. We haven't seen many changeups yet, but have a feeling it's going to start to come here in the latter part of these innings that he's going to pitch.
Center fielder, Ben Casper.
Purdue Fort Wayne has picked up 4 base hits 2 of them came last inning. And Cade Anderson returns to the mound. The left-hander has been in control. He gave up back-to-back hits, and they were well hit by Karcheski and Osterhaus in the 4th. But then he struck out 2 of the next 3 batters and induced a fly ball to center field to get out of trouble.
Yeah, Cade Anderson, when he wants to, he can turn it up a notch with his stuff, you know, and it was on, I think, on display in the last inning in the 4th. As you mentioned, back-to-back base hits to lead off the 4th, and he gets a strikeout, a weak fly ball, and another strikeout to get out of the inning.
He had some kind of game against Southeastern Louisiana last year, didn't he?
Yeah, 13 strikeouts in 5 innings. I think he struck out the first 7 batters that he saw in that ball game. That was over in Hammond against Southeastern. So he can rack up the strikeouts, and he's done it so far today, 8 of them.
Now, not much of what we will see this weekend may come to pass. There's so much experimentation that's going to be going on with people getting in and out of the lineup, people getting chances in places where they may not be particularly comfortable. But Jay Johnson knows he's got a high level of talent, and he knows that he's going to have to let people play their way into the lineup or play their way out of the lineup. But a lot of options on that roster with positions that are yet to be seen, and it's always fun to see how things play out in the first few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jay Johnson obviously has a game plan going in of who he thinks is his best 9, but that could change, and that's what the pre-SEC schedule is for, is to try to figure out, okay, who gives me the best chance of winning?
Here's Brooks Sailors, who had a base hit last time. It was a sharp single with 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. It is still an elephant skin sky, and probably will be for the rest of this game. That pitch gets a piece of the inside part of the plate.
And that's what Cade Anderson does so well right there. He doesn't give in very often. Even when he gets behind in the count, a lot of times he's not going to throw you a fastball. He can bend that slider in there to get right back in the count.
This is lofted into center field and caught as Stanfield leaves his feet, gets up and tries to hurry the throw to second base. But Stanfield was able to get to that ball coming toward the infield. I didn't think he was going to be able to get that leather on it, but he did. And leaving his feet, he makes the catch.
Well, difference maker is what he is. There he is, top of your screen in center field. How about the read on that ball in? No hesitation at all. Gets an outstanding jump and really collects that ball pretty easily. Not able to complete the double play, but an outstanding effort by Stanfield. Yeah, he is going to be a difference maker in the outfield. There's no doubt about it. And that's something LSU wants to improve on. You talk to Jay Johnson, you know, the defense for LSU the last couple of years has been pretty average, okay? He thinks this because you got Dickinson at second, you got Braswell at third, and of course Milam at shortstop. All 3 of those guys are typically shortstops. And anytime you can have 3 shortstops in your infield, that's a plus on defense. And then you combine that with the outfield speed that's out there as well. This LSU defense has a chance to be one of the best in the conference, no doubt about that.
Kason Evans was warming up in the bullpen. There's a great shot. That's our bullpen camera underneath the stands in right field. Those bleachers serve as a roof to the new bullpen out there.
Yeah, Kason Evans, true freshman with a big arm.
Here we go. Ball 1 to Nick Hockmeyer. He represents the top of the order. He has bounced back to the pitcher, and he has popped up to third. Ball 2. Two outs. Colton Shirley at second base. That's a mitt popper and a swing and a miss. And an elevated pitch, and I think this is the first 3-1 count we've seen.
I think you're right. For the most part, Anderson has worked from ahead today.
And a 5-pitch pass extends the inning. That is the initial walk of the game from Cade Anderson. Here's Karcheski. He's 1 for 2. He had a single last inning. He struck out in the first. The outfield maybe a step or two deeper than usual and straight away for the most part. Anderson is about to unleash his 81st pitch. And this is probably going to be the end of his stint this inning.
Yeah, I think in his last inter-squad game, Anderson went right at 80 pitches, worked 6 innings last weekend. So that's what he's built up to. And that's, I think, what they expect him to get out of him today. Somewhere around 80, 85 pitches, and he's right on target for that.
The 1-1 is looped foul. That's intercepted by the net, protecting that right field corner area in foul ground. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded to Milam. He'll make the play at second base. Dickinson is covering, and the side is out. So a runner left aboard on an opening base hit by Shirley. We have played 4.5 innings in Baton Rouge. LSU 8, Purdue Fort Wayne nothing.
Get 0% APR for 60 months on 2024 GMC EV models. That's up to $17,200 in average finance savings.
Dylan Fisher's day as the starting pitcher is done. This is Owen Willard.
Yeah, Owen Willard last year for Purdue Fort Wayne. 20 appearances, 5 of which were starts. He worked 34 in 2/3 innings. Walks were an issue for him. 31 walks in just 34 innings of work. Just about a strikeout per inning as well.
He allowed 46 base hits in those 34 and 2/3 innings.
Yeah, 4-pitch mix for him. Fastball, a lot like the starter, Dylan Fisher. Going to be about 87 to 91. He'll show you a couple different breaking balls, that curveball and slider, and a changeup as well.
LSU scored 5 times in the first inning. It was aided by some sloppy fielding, and then got a couple more in the second and 1 more in the fourth. 8 base hits for the Tigers.
Yeah, and look, these northern Midwestern teams like Purdue Fort Wayne, they're at a disadvantage early. I mean, the truth is they don't get outside a whole lot in the month of January or February to work out. A lot of snow in the Midwest and up north, and so they're a little bit of disadvantage taking balls off the bat and all that kind of thing, whereas the teams down south like LSU and other teams can get outside almost every day. And so don't be fooled by these teams. While they don't look great early in the year, you see these teams about a month or so from now, and they look like totally different teams because they begin to catch up with the reps that they get being outside a little bit more.
There's no question about that, Ben. They are throwing more snowballs than baseballs when January and February get there.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can talk all you want to about work, and look, they work every day, but when you're working indoors versus working outdoors, it's totally different. You know, and LSU and a lot of the Southern teams have the luxury of being able to get outdoors a lot more.
Jake Brown waits at the plate. Ball low. 2-1. Jake has singled. That came in the first inning. He swiped second base and scored the final run in that first. And last time he popped up to the third baseman. Dylan Fisher went the first 4 innings. He allowed the 8 runs on 8 hits. Struck out one, struck out a couple and walked 1. Hernandez and Milam will follow. We play in the 5th. Brown recognized that curveball but couldn't put it in play. You know, it's more than a month before this Purdue Fort Wayne team will play at home. It's March 25th before they play at home, and that's against Toledo.
Yeah, certainly at a big disadvantage. There's no doubt about that. Pretty good pitch right there. And you can see Owen Willard thought he had strike 3. Jake Brown, you can tell he put some time in the weight room this offseason. He looks a lot more physical this year than he did last year as a true freshman. And Jay Johnson's expecting big things out of him.
He hits a 2-hopper to the right side. Michaels will make the play himself. 1 down. As Hernandez comes to the plate, he has struck out and also has popped up to the second baseman. So a new Tiger making his debut.
Boy, what a year he had last year in his junior season in Indiana State. 23 long balls, drove in 76 and hit 359. How about that?
Good numbers everywhere. And he's hit by a pitch.
It almost sounds like you're going to see Luis Hernandez, the senior for LSU, behind home plate. And Cade Arambidi is a highly touted freshman catcher out of Tomball, Texas. Kid that turned down a good bit of money to come to LSU.
And he'll get his chances.
Yeah, it almost sounds like they're going to split some time going into it. But certainly, you like the senior, you like the experience, and you like the fact that he's played in back-to-back super regionals. So he's been in the fire before. That's what Jay Johnson loves about Luis Hernandez.
Here's Milam. Ball 1 high. Steven had an RBI single in the first. And he was put out on a liner to first base last time. Willard isn't missing by much, but the count is 3-0. Let's see if Milam gets the green light here. Owen Willard, the first reliever of the season. And Milam takes a strike. Michael Braswell is on deck. He's grounded out a couple of times to the left side. 1 out. Hernandez at first base. LSU in the 5th inning leads 8-0. Game 1 of 56 in the regular season. Runner is moving. Milam is swinging. Hernandez will have to retreat. Shortstop backing up in a hurry now and makes a one-handed catch. Karcheski feels that one on the outfield grass from his shortstop position. 2 gone. Then I'm looking way ahead, but LSU in the SEC this year will play Missouri, at Texas, Mississippi State here, at Oklahoma, at Auburn, Alabama here, Tennessee here, at Texas A&M, and Arkansas here, and then wind up the season at South Carolina.
Yeah, with a new team like Jay Johnson has. Remember LSU out of the chute last year, 3 of the first 5 series they had in SEC play were teams ranked in the top 5. I think they got Arkansas, Tennessee, and Vanderbilt almost back to back to back. It was a rough start for LSU last year. This year, not that Missouri can't beat you, they can, but it's nice to start off with a team that's not projected to be great in the SEC this year to kind of get your feet wet in SEC play. Now, all bets are off when you go to Texas, because when you go to Texas, Disch-Falk Field, that is a tough place to play. Of course, Texas is a ranked team, but a little, not really a breather, but a chance to kind of win at least 2 out of 3 against Missouri at home opening weekend of SEC play.
Well, Hernandez, who was hit by a pitch, moved up on a wild pitch. And let's see how they rule that.
Well, it looked like it bounced in front of home plate. All right. No, it didn't either. It stayed in there. That's
a pass ball.
Yeah, he just whiffed on that one.
You got to catch that one. Braswell swings on the 2-1 pitch and lifts it foul right side, and that is unplayable. An early season souvenir. Baseball at Alex Box Stadium for the first time in 2025. 11 o'clock in the morning is the game time for Saturday's game, and 1 o'clock on Sunday. Braswell goes the other way. Right fielder started back, and now he cannot make up enough ground. Hernandez strolls in from third, and Braswell winds up at second base. Hockmeyer in right field started backward 2 or 3 steps and then realized he had made a mistake. He tried to recover, but he couldn't come up and make up the ground that he had lost.
Yeah, tough play for an outfielder, because you see the big swing and you hear the ting off the bat and you think the ball's hit a lot harder than what it was. But that ball by Braswell was caught right off the end of the bat. Those couple of steps back by Hockmeyer cost him as Braswell eases into second base. I'm sure that'll go down as an RBI double.
It does. That's his first hit of the 2025 season. He's 1 for 3. And his first run batted in. And here's Stanfield at the top of the order. Steve, right call from Owen Willard. Stanfield has had a nice debut. He's made a good catch in center field. He has tripled and scored. He has flied to center. He has singled and scored. He was a Tiger last year at Auburn. He's a Tiger this year at LSU. You know, Auburn and LSU kind of made a trade, if you will, last year, because Sam Dutton is now a pitcher for the Auburn Tigers. You remember Sam Dutton?
Yeah.
Well, he's scheduled to pitch this weekend as a starter for the Auburn Tigers.
How about that?
And his brother, Andrew Dutton, is on that team as well.
And former LSU catcher Brady Neal, I think, ended up where at Alabama, I believe. So he transferred within the SEC as well.
You wish all of those former Tigers well, that's for sure.
War Eagle. There's only one Tiger, Lynn.
Oh, no doubt. I'm getting calls from the Missouri area code right now, though.
Got the Missouri Tigers.
There's a right-hander warming up for Purdue Fort Wayne, Mark Luke. Breaking pitch, bounce to the left side, a nice pluck by the third baseman. He double clutches and whips it over to get the speedy Stanfield. So Helton makes a nice play at third base to end the inning. But a Braswell RBI double adds to the lead. And we go to the 6th inning. It's 9-0 LSU.
What are we doing today, Coach?
So, today we're going to work on our checking on...
Sorry, I heard checking.
A bit of a misunderstanding.
I meant checking on how we can help save our customers money on their car insurance.
And whether they need car, home, boat, or pet coverage.
Precisely. Now, let's go again. Susan?
Always wanted to do that.
My turn.
Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Best day of training so far.
How's your elbow?
It's killing me.
Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off.
That's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune.
Welcome back to Alex Box Stadium, Skip Bertman Field with College Baseball Hall of Famer Ben McDonald. I'm Lynn Rollins. And Ben, we get our first look at Case and Evans. In fact, we've got a new battery for the Tigers, but let's focus on the new pitcher.
Yeah, a couple of Texas boys will be your battery mates. Case and Evans, 6'2" out of Houston, Texas. And I tell you what, it's a big arm, Lynn. Fastball is going to be 92, and he'll touch 97 from time to time. 3-pitch mix, a little slider, and a changeup as well. Rated 26th by Perfect Game, a top 75 freshman in the entire country coming out last year. Two-way player, played shortstop in high school as well as pitched.
And Cade Arambidi is making his LSU debut behind the plate, replacing Luis Hernandez. Braswell drifts as far as he can, but that foul ball is out of his reach. So Arambidi, the young catcher, rated number 15 among the 2025 Perfect Game top 75 college freshmen. Named the 2024 Texas Gatorade Player of the Year was Cade Arambidi behind the plate. So it's good to see two youngsters teaming up as LSU's battery in game one.
Yeah, two freshmen that really helps make up this #1 freshman class that Jay Johnson put together.
Osterhaus checks his swing. He went around.
How about that too, Lynn? 98 miles an hour, just about chest high. That's reaching back for a little extra right there.
Yeah, that pitch will kink your colon.
And you can see that's where Arambidi wanted. He gave the target way up high, and exactly where Evans delivers it.
Evans was coached in high school at St. Pius High School in Houston by his dad.
Yeah, his dad actually played minor league baseball, was a professional in the Kansas City Royals organization.
Here's Kevin Hall. He's been on base by catcher's interference. That won't count as an at-bat, by the way. It's an error on the catcher, but it won't count as an at-bat. And he also struck out the former Grambling Tiger. Arambidi on the receiving end of the freshman Case and Evans. 3 balls and a strike, 1 out, nobody on base. We play in the 6th. That's out of play. .96.5 miles an hour.
Yeah, nothing but heat so far by Evans. He does have that slider and changeup as well.
Swing and a miss, and that one was a blazer.
That's not fair.
97 miles an hour.
97 at the top of the zone. Good luck.
Yeah, he swung at a ball. It was elevated out of the strike zone.
You got to have some
But when it's right there, it's tough to lay off of it.
You got to have some quick hands to get on top of 97.
Drew Helton comes to the plate. He has struck out and fly to center. Braswell, Milam, Dickinson, and Jones on the infield from third to first. Curiel, Stanfield, and Brown in the outfield from left to right. And Aram Beatty is now catching his fellow rookie, Kason Evans.
How about the freshman? Chance in your first collegiate outing to punch out the side. That doesn't happen every day.
He needs a strike to do it. The second 0-2 pitch coming. Oh, that pitch was very close.
Pretty good breaking ball right there. Kate Aram Beatty rocked to the outside part of the plate. There's a slider we've been talking about. Watch this one. I mean, just a shade off the outside part of the plate.
It is. It was an inch or two off the edge. 1-2. That one swept low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A pair of strikeouts in the books.
That is
a
firm slider right there at 86.
Evans comes off the mound, sets and fires. He throws a strike over to Jones. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning, including a couple of strikeouts. So Kason Evans sheds the nerves and throws strikes in his Tiger debut. And we move forward. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. LSU 9, Purdue Fort Wayne nothing.
BK melts. Wanna warm up? This sure helps. Classic bacon, shroom, and Swiss. BK melt season is tasty bliss. BK, have it your way.
You wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you.
Jalen Hurts, you and the Philadelphia Eagles just won the Super Bowl. What are you going to do next?
I'm going to Disney World.
Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off.
Krista, it's time to fess up.
About?
You're over 45 and still haven't screened for colon cancer. We all knew. This is like the 3rd year she's turned 44. Okay.
I wasn't ready. But drink all that prep? Cancel brunch plans? I can't.
Ask for Cologuard. It's a one-of-a-kind way to screen for colon cancer that's effective and non-invasive.
No prep, and you use it at home.
False positive and negative results may occur. Those at high risk should use colonoscopy.
Skip the drama. Ask your provider or request Cologuard online.
It's the excitement of opening day.